Another concern that Forex traders usually have is the concern of scams in the Forex industry. I mean, because we all understand the concept that if it is too good to be true, it probably is. So you should avoid. And people have been seeing guys making profits from the Forex market, withdrawing, posting, a lot of things. You go to the gram, you see a lot of them. How are you sure that you don't fall for these scams? How are you sure it's the Forex market even legit? Is it a thing? Is it true? Are guys actually making money out of this? Yes, the Forex industry is not a scam, it's not a sham, it's real, and you can make money in it, just like any other business. However, you should note that there are bad eggs in them. So they are the bad players in the Forex industry that you need to watch out for. And this video is aimed at doing what? Bringing these concepts or this kind of people to you so that you understand, and probably when you see them, you avoid them. Except you want to lose your money, you can run to them, of course. So I am Etienne Achibo, and this video again is brought to you by Descriptive Pip Makers. And if you enjoyed this video, please ensure to like and subscribe so you can get more content like this, and this will serve as encouragement to us. Now, so we are going to be looking at Forex broker scams. I mean, it's really maybe surprising that Forex brokers can scam you, but yes, Forex brokers are one of the biggest, the industry like biggest kind of scam you will have to worry about, because every other form of scam, I think it's just something you need to be smart about. But when it comes to Forex broker scams, it's really not something that is on your own smartness. Okay, it's a very dirty trick. So you need to watch out and learn for these tricks so you understand them personally yourself. Now we'll be looking at how Forex brokers can scam you, Forex mentor scams, account management scams. I'm sure pretty much you may have heard of this. Then how to protect yourself from all these Forex scams, we'll also see that in this video. Now, what are Forex broker scams? Now, just like in any industry, like I said earlier, where there are scammers by its players, of course, it's the participants of the market that can do what? Scam you. Okay, the Forex industry is no different, and the major players like Forex brokers are sometimes seen cheating on their clients in different ways. So we already may have understood the concept of Forex brokers and things that we need to do to choose a good one. However, we want to talk about how you can spot the fake ones and some of the things that even the good ones try to, do that they're not supposed to be doing. Okay, that you may have to watch out for. So in case you see this happening, you do what? You run away from such broker. Common ways they can, a broker can scam you. Common ways is manipulative bid and ask price. So you can see the bid and ask price, of course, is giving you the spread. So they might be unreasonable with their spread, giving you spread that are too expensive than industry standard. Imagine someone buying a product and selling it way expensive than it's the market price, okay? And selling this to you. Now you may say, yes, you can simply do what? Leave that that seller or that distributor of this product and go to another. But it may be more difficult if you don't even know that that it's being manipulated. Okay, sometimes this spread, since it's not something that can easily be seen, you can see sometimes they are hidden. So you can see clearly that the bid and ask spread can be something like 2-3 pips in your eye. You can see that. But when you place a trade, you see that what is actually happening is that it's executing what at 7 to 8 pips. So the bid and ask spread is wider than it seems. So you need to watch out for that. Now, execution scam, we'll also look at that. Conflict of interest, we'll also look at that. Now, let's start with manipulative spread, which I've already talked about. Now, when this happens, of course, you see the normal industry standard spread is at least supposed to be 1 to 3 pips, depending on, of course, or 2 to 3 pips, depending on what your account type. So if it's too high, then you probably need to watch out for some fraudulent stuff. I mean, this is for the major pays, okay? This is for the major pays. So they can be lower. They can be lower. The more competitive the spread is, the better the broker has more clients that are hoping to do what to trade with them, because they know that they are saving more cost trading with that broker. So if your broker is not competitive enough with spread, it's still okay if they give whatever spread they give, as long as it's within this range. But if it gets to something 7 to 8 pips for major pairs, I mean, that's really a red flag, something you need to watch out during the normal market hours. You are seeing this, then it's something that it's worth noting. Now, another thing is execution. Please remember that the definition of a broker is an intimate, like someone that stands in between what? The client and what? The what? The other client. So two clients, someone stands in between. That's what a broker is. More like an agent. Okay. So first, you need to remember that the definition of a broker is what? Is an intermediary that executes a trade on behalf of what? Its client. While this definition of a dealer is a person or entity that trades on its own account. So these are two different definitions. A broker is what? An intermediary, while a dealer is what? A person that does what? That trades on its own. Okay. Now, retail forex brokers do not trade on behalf of their customers. So they are what? They are what? Kind of dealers. They are not standing in between and say, let's say, like the name implies. So the term forex broker itself, it's just a marketing name. So if you see most of the brokers, they call themselves brokers. If you check through the website, you never see a point where they call themselves brokers. You see the term used broker there. Okay, so it's only used for marketing purpose when they want to reach out to traders or things like that. So I hope you get this concept first. Now, models of execution of forex brokers, which is, let's just agree that with forex brokers, since that's the term we are led to understand. So let's just accept with them that they are forex brokers, but we know what is happening. Now, forex brokers have different ways of execution. They can execute by a book method, which is they transfer the risks. Okay, we'll see how that works. B book, they accept the risks. Straight through processing, hybrid processing. These are all different ways which brokers can accept execution. Okay, so now the reason the broker is called a dealer, like we said, is because if you look at it carefully, when you are trading, the broker is what? Taking the other side of your trade. It's just the opposite side of your trade. So if you are selling, the broker is buying. If you are buying, the broker is what? Selling to you. That's just the concept that is happening. Now, if you follow this model and you see, this is different ways in which brokers would operate. Now, let's see what happens in the A-book model. Okay. Now, in A-book execution, brokers make profits by what? Commission and spread markup. What does that mean? So when a broker is said to be operating on A-book, now if you look at the website, probably looking at their terms and conditions, you may not see the way which they execute. Some of them are not transparent about this. So if your broker is actually a good broker, what you do is that their support lines will always be on, and you can reach out to them 24/7. So what do? You can easily reach out to your broker and tell your broker, yes, I want to know your method of execution. Are you A-book, B-book, STP, or hybrid? You can ask them that, and they are supposed to reply you. Now, A-book, what happens in A-book is that trading involves what? Forex trading involves what? Buying and selling what? Through liquidity providers. Okay. These liquidity providers, as retail traders, we cannot access them. But because brokers can do what? Take huge volume, they can simply go what? And trade and make these trades for us. Okay. So what happens is that it is in A-book, it can offset opposing trades from its customers. So what brokers do, if you buy, the broker is going to do what? Take your buy order and go to the liquidity provider and also buy at that same price. And then if you sell, It's going to also do what? Sell, receive your sell order, what? And send it same to what? The liquidity provider. Now, an ebook broker can do what? Can transfer or offload risks, because you can see through this method, the risk is being transferred safely. Now, let's go back to this and understand how all these brokers work. Let's go into the different order execution and see how there are the 3 ways in which a brokerage company can choose to manage its risks from this execution model. First, as I said earlier, the broker can choose to offset opposing position or trades from its customer. 2, the broker can do what? Choose to transfer or offload the risks to another market participant. That is, they are trading within that broker. Another, let's say you click on a buy, they look for another client that did what? That sell. Okay, we look for another client that sold, and you know what? Lead that order to yours. That's just the idea of that one. Now, another one is it can accept or warehouse the risks. Okay, those are different ways in which what brokers manage what risks. Okay, when trading. Now, because the broker is what is offering you CFD, it's not actually offering you a real Forex. That's why when you click on buy or when you click on sell, you don't see dollar getting in front of your doorstep. That doesn't happen. The reason that doesn't happen is because you are trading contract for difference. And what contract for difference implies is that you are just betting on the price increasing or decreasing. Okay, so once this happens, it means that the house, just like a betting house, they have to pay you when you are correct in your bet, and they have to also be able to pay you when you are, or you have to also be able to pay them when you are wrong at your bet. Now, when a broker B booked a risk, this is broker is said to what? Choose or accept the risk and take the opposite side of the trade. That is what is said at B book. Most brokers use this format. They accept that risk. So when you buy, they sell to you. When you sell, they buy from you. And they do what? It's just like saying, I bet that this will go up. And the broker is saying, I bet it will go down. That's what it means. Okay? When the broker is doing what? Is using the B book model. Now, this kind of execution model raises conflict of interest because what? The broker is going to do everything possible, hoping that what? You are wrong, so that what? He can take your money. Because when you lose, you're actually losing to another market participant or the other side, someone that took the other side of your trade. So just understand this concept. So this is why it leads to conflict of interest using this model, because what? The broker is what? Is accepting the risks. So the broker is like, this guy says GBP USD is going to buy. I bet him that it's going to sell. And you guys go into the bet, and your broker is going to do everything possible to do what? To ensure that you are wrong. Now, of course, your broker can't manipulate price, okay? But they can manipulate what you see on your own trading platform such that they make you to lose by either making you enter at the wrong price, filling you at the wrong price, or failing to do what? To close your trade when you want to take profits or things like that. They want to do everything possible that this trade ends up at a loss or wrong for you, so that you can lose everything and the broker takes everything. Now, we have learned A book and B book now. Now, let's look at straight through processing. Now, straight through processing also offers market risk, but it is different from A book. STP, that's straight through processing, offsets the risks. This is how STP works. This is how A book works. So the customer does what? Sends a trading order to the broker. The broker receives it, okay, and sends order confirmation. Now, the broker in turn goes there and sends identical order to the liquidity provider, and the liquidity provider does what? Sends the confirmation that trade has been filled. But in straight-through processing, when you send an order, immediately the next step for the broker is the broker carries that same order and everything and send it to what? The liquidity provider. And then the liquidity provider returns an order confirmation, and the broker takes this order confirmation and returns it back to the what? To the customer that yes, your trade is successful or is successfully placed. Now, originally, STP was a term introduced when electronic trading became available back in the days. It is described as a procedure where companies use to optimize the speed at which they process transactions. So it is just used to tell that your transaction, when they come, are straight through points. So they are going straight to what the liquidity provider. Now, A-book versus STP, a trade that is A-book is sometimes associated with being STP. Okay, forex brokers may use the term interchangeably in their marketing, but they are not the same thing. So you can clearly see the difference here. Okay, it's important to distinguish between this concept. STP is known as pre-trade hedging. Okay, so before the trade is executed, they have sent an identical order to the liquidity provider to make sure that they are what? They have hedged, that the risk is not what? Is not much on them. While A-book is known as what? Post-trade hedging. So this means that after they have finished trading with you, they now turn to the liquidity provider and execute the same trade. That same moment, it happens very fast. So I'm saying this quite slow. I mean, I can't say that as fast as it happens. This happened in what? In a blink of an eye. So that is how fast these things happen. Now, this kind of execution model on the customer side can bring about slippage and requotes. They also make money by commission and what? And markup. When they do what? When they do what? When they use STP. So you have to note that. Because they might send the order to the liquidity provider and it is not immediately filled. Because now you see the thing is passing through what? A longer process. But this one, they are filled it first before going to do what? To hedge. So now this one doesn't concern you. You, the customer, you have been filled and executed at the price which you want without requote, while they go back and do their own thing with their liquidity provider. But in STP, they are just sending your order directly to what? To the liquidity provider and then waiting for feedback, which can take a little bit longer to come. So it can lead to slippage, entering at the price higher than what you expected, and sometimes leading to requotes, which your order is cancelled altogether. Now, hybrid. So far, we've learned about brokers' execution, the different execution methods, and we've learned about the A-book, that is hedging after what the trade has been placed by you. We've also learned about B-book, not hedging at all. So they just accept the risk and take the opposite side of your trade. Now, we also have by internalizing first and then choosing one of the methods of A-book or what? Or B-book. Now, what this method means is that what? The broker does what? Takes your trade and it will now determine, should I do what? Should I A-book or B-book this trade? Now, this is where the manipulation comes. Some traders track your trading and say, yes, this guy has been losing so much. And there's a possibility, a likelihood that this guy might lose again. So why not just do what? B-book all his orders. So they put you in B-book side. So all your trades that ever come from you, since they see that you are not a trader with consistency, they do what? They put you in B-book. So they know that soon or later that you are going to lose money and you are going to transfer all the money to them. But if they see that you are doing well, they put you in A-book, which they do what? They always hedge all the trade that is being placed by you. Then another method is what? STP, which they do what? They straight through points. They just hedge you directly when you place your trade. If you thought about this enough, maybe you may have plans of creating your own broker for some reason, because you see that none of these models, if you look at it, may be really profitable for you if you want to create your own broker. So that is because you are looking for something that will give you less risks while still able to give you what? A profitable amount that makes sense. Now, that is where the hybrid method comes in, okay? And the hybrid method does what? Comes with the customer profiling, okay? So they look at depositing a tiny amount of cash. So when you deposit a tiny amount of cash, they know that this guy is going to lose for sure, because, I mean, you're coming with small amount of money trying to over leverage. So they do what? They put you in what? In the B-book, because they expect you to lose. Risking more than 10% of your tiny account, once they see that, they do what? Transfer your trade to B-book, because they know you are going to lose. You're taking too much risk. Not using stop loss, always B-book. Adding to losing trades, B-book. Using high leverage on tiny accounts, B-book. They have profiled your trades based on your previous trade or the current one that you're making. Okay, so if you use a method like this hybrid method, then your business as a broker may make sense. Okay, you may make profitable sense, because now you are able to do what? To be there when the trader is losing and be there when the trader is be winning, you can easily transfer the risk to the liquidity provider, which is going to be the one to take that risk. Okay. Now, the liquidity provider, of course, is the big banks and the other guys there. Okay. Now, conflict of interest, this is our main concern because we are talking about scams here. Now, brokers can do what? Intentionally widen your spreads to make you lose. They can intentionally what? Widen your slippage to make you lose money. Because by the time you click, you want to buy at 1.3 and they are executing you at 1.4, that is bad. Because now you're entering what? At a higher level. Okay. And then this can lead to what? To a loss. Now, partial hedging, C-book brokers, this is just another way which they can do what? If you place, let's say, one lot size, they can choose to do what? To hedge 0.5 lots of your trade and then hedge the remaining 0.5. These are just also things that brokers can do out of conflicts of interest. Now, there's no problem probably them looking for a way to hedge against risks and all those things. But these terms are things that they did not discuss with the brokers sometimes ahead. So there might be things that can do what? Can lead to trading uncomfortably, because sometimes you notice your orders may get longer to be executed, slippage, and all these things can happen to you because they are trying to do what? Manage risk. It's just like sending someone on an errand. You give the person the transport fare to get there, and the person, rather than using Uber Premium, the person chooses to use Uber Basic or the cheaper form. And then what happens? The person gets delayed, and what happens? The person does not execute your task early enough, even when you give the person enough resources to do so. Another conflict of interest is not segregating customers' deposit. Now, lots of brokers do this. When a customer deposits money, they pick the money, use it for running the company expenses without doing what? Setting aside the customer's deposit different from the profit they make as a broker from commission and the rest, and using it to run their business. Now, this is bad. Imagine I'm just depositing your broker and you're using my money straight up and probably giving me demo account like some brokers do. They give you a demo account and you're trading a demo account with something that looks like a white label stuff. So you can simply see it looking live, but what you're trading is actually demo. So whether you're making money or losing money, at the end, you may not even be able to withdraw because they may face liquidity issues. Okay. Now, on fair prices, some brokers, the current trading price is 1.4 and they are showing 1.5 and the spread is unreasonable. Okay. Or the difference in this price is too unreasonable. So this can lead to people losing money also. So you have to also be aware of this conflict of interest. This is our major concern about talking about brokers, because this is how brokers scam you. So you have to watch out for this. Now, in summary, okay, with what we've talked about, the different ways which brokers handle execution. If you win in a B-book broker, they accept the risk, the customers gain, and the broker is losing. If you win in an A-book broker, the broker earns from what? Spread, and the liquidity providers spread as well. Okay, so if you win in an internalized risk broker, the broker is going to earn what? The spread. If you lose B-book, the customer what? Loses, the broker gains. The broker doesn't just gain, it gains what? The spread and maybe a commission, depending on the side of the trade or the terms in the trade. So if your broker is a commission, charges commission, then they'll earn commission, and then it's little spread that is there. Now, if you lose in an A-book broker, the broker earns what? From spread. If you lose in an internalized risk broker, the broker earns from what? The spread. A spread, of course, and or commission, depending on the method your broker uses. Now, let's go to Forex mentor scams, which are one of the common ones. Lots of you are interested in learning Forex, and because of this, you just go online and search how to make money trading Forex market. And you start seeing some guys posting some fake screenshot, fake trading trees with using MT4 tools. There are tools on MT4 which they can edit the platform, and it looks as if they entered at almost perfect entries. Yes, such tools exist. So you can see some prices. If some of them they edit this, they make this edit so bad. You see someone entering the price of GBP USD buy at what? 0.1, which GBP USD has never gotten to that kind of price before. So that doesn't make sense. Okay. And then sometimes they are not like that. They make it seem very, very real, but they are not, because they're just using empty photos. They just post this screenshot, pressure you to do what? To pay for signals, to pay for what courses, and do what? And get to their what? To their services, which they sometimes sell these things that they're not really good at doing. Now, most of them will post fake lifestyles and they raise misleading courses. Nothing is wrong with selling courses, but it's very, very wrong when you are selling courses that are what? Misleading. Okay. So sometimes they might say, yes, we sell courses and you do what you pay and you never get the course. I mean, that is clear outright scam. Now, false trading signals and results, some of them, they don't have this trading result that they are showing. They are just basically faking them with the trading tools. Now, another thing some of them do is that they give you unregulated brokers to trade with. So you deposit your money there and they earn commission from there, and what you can never withdraw the money you make from that broker. That's another thing you need to watch out for. So because your mentor said you should use a broker, you probably need to do research and see if they are regulated in your country and everything, so you can be sure that you are what? You are protected, so you do not engage in what? In scams that you may never be able to withdraw your money or your profit. Now, another kind of scams is account management. So they would usually say, we do account management, give us this account, you see your message. By that, I get that kind of message at least once a month about fake withdrawals, fake trade entries, manipulative empty photos, fake lifestyle. And they are very, very inefficient and unprofessional guys doing this, selling Forex robots, gambling, fake Forex investment. They tell you, bring $50, you are going to get what? $1,000 in what? In 5 days. All these things may be things that are possible, but they are basically scams, because what? They do not what? They do not pay you and they run away with your money. So you need to watch out, know who you are dealing with, know who you are working with before you give out your money. And also understand that in the Forex industry, before you make a deposit, you really get the gist that your deposit might be gone. Because why? It is risky. Okay, so if you don't take your own side of understanding the risks and maybe taking good risk management practices, you are still going to be losing money and it's still going to look like the Forex market is a scam. Okay, but in businesses, there are losses, so you need to learn how to manage the losses. There's difference between losses and there's difference between scams. Giving your money to someone and the person runs away with your money is a scam. Okay, and you are being scammed not by the industry, but by the bad actors in it. Now, how do you protect yourself from this scam? Know your broker's hedging policy. How are they managing your trade? Ask your broker, are you able? Are you STP? Are you BBOok? Let them, ask them, just leave what they are posting on their website. ask them genuinely and say, ask them, I want to see this. I want to see your past execution. You can even ask them to show the past orders, how they have been doing what, hedging it against the liquidity providers, and they are supposed to give you if they have nothing to hide. So you can contact your support, your broker support, and ask them that. Read terms and conditions before depositing that lump sum of money, because some terms and conditions are already telling you that they are going to steal your money and you just deposit without reading it. Personally, before I use any broker that I'm going to be depositing my money, I'm making sure that I read the terms and conditions. So I employ it. It's long. It's usually long, but I mean, why are you not taking your time reading? Why exactly? What exactly is the problem? Why don't you take your time reading these terms and conditions when you know that this is the business you are going into and you have your money at heart? Again, if something is too good to be true, it probably is. Leave fake investment. Leave $50 to $1,000 investment alone. Okay? Avoid Forex investment at all costs. Okay? Because mostly these guys are what? Just here to do what? To steal from you. So if you must do your research properly, of course. Now, there is no holy grail in the financial market, so stop looking for one. That's a very important one, because most of the reason people get scams is that they tell someone this EA can make you get millions, and we are selling it for what? $10. I mean, come on. The EA that can make you, what's wrong? They tell you buy an EA, $10, deposit $50, and you get what? $1 million in what? In 5 days. Come on. Let's be reasonable. These are things that are too good to be true, and they are definitely not true, because if this were to be possible, the person selling you this for $10 probably would be pricing it higher. And even pricing things higher is not a guarantee that the thing is original. So you have to still do your research properly to ensure that you are not being scammed. You need to ask for proof. Watch out for price quoted to you by your broker. Compare broker prices. go to one broker and check the other. When you close your trade, check the other broker and see what is happening to be sure that your broker is transparent. Know your broker execution policy. When you place a trade, what happens? Okay, when you place a trade, what happens? Do they execute you immediately, or do they have excess requotes? If your broker is requoting you too much, you probably need to run away from them. They are not serious for business. Okay, avoid forex robots. They do not work. Remember, there is no holy grail. Of course, there are forex robots that works. Okay, I'm not saying this against all forex robots, but you need to avoid putting your hope on things that you can do. What you can simply wait for it to start trading and making profit for you. Okay, because these are the things that people think is happening in the forex market, which are not what actually happens. So you need to be careful out there. Okay, nothing is going to give you 100% win rate. I mean, not even 90% win rate, and without having series of losses as well. So you need to watch us out, because there are times where you just have what consistent losses, and they are still part of the business. It is normal. That is where you need to imply what proper risk management. Okay, because it's not every day that is going to be what a good day. So that is it on this video. I hope you've learned a thing or two about Forex scams. If you enjoyed this video, I, of course, implore you to like, subscribe. And if, of course, you need to learn more about us, you can visit our website at thepipmakers.com. The link and every resources discussed about in this video are going to be in the description. See you in the next one.